called Big Cat.
Deion.
Hey, Deion.
You ready for football?
I am.
It's another season, baby.
Pro Football Show.
All right, Deion. Showtime. Football is back.
Welcome back to the Pro Football Show presented by the Chevy Silverado. Week in and week out, the Silverado brings it with unstoppable grit and determination. We are back. We have Rone back again. Yay, Rone.
No nails.
My guy.
No nails.
My guy.
Coach, I have a wife, I have a mother and a father, and I was more embarrassed to show you that I had those fake nails last time than anybody who I'm blood related to. So I'm happy that I could be here just to talk football. No crazy nails on today.
Well, I'm happy you're here too, because we have a connection, we have unity, we have something that is going to carry us through this show wonderfully, just like we did last time.
Exactly. They're going to try to divide us.
Yeah, they can't. They can't.
They can't do it. I will say, I miss your nails. When you sat down when we were getting mic'd up, I just miss having somebody on set that has nails. Our unity is gone.
That was good unity, but now I'm back locked in. You and I had unity then?
Yes.
Now Coach Prime and I have unity.
Fair enough.
That's right.
And Dan, you sat down and you said you had something special for Deion today.
I have something for Deion. I'd actually like Rone to read it out because Deion has created a narrative against me.
Uh-oh.
When I am the most unbiased football mind out there, I will change opinions when I'm wrong. I will fix opinions when I'm right.
Not really.
What does this say right here, Rone? What does that say? What does that say?
NFL Championship 2022-2023 championship winner Baltimore Ravens plus $1,300.
13-1. I bet the Baltimore Ravens to win the Super Bowl. I saw them on Monday Night Football. That defense is incredible. I love Lamar Jackson's fire. Deion.
Oh, wow.
You can't
love
say
what?
anything to me. I love his fire. I've always loved his fire.
You love his fire.
I do.
Not his arm.
No, he missed some throws.
Not him reading a defense, but you love his fire. Not his quarterbacking ability. Not the MVP in his house on the top shelf. But you love his fire. Not that he bet on himself, that he won't even take the peanuts they're trying to offer him.
Okay.
You love his fire?
Deion, if I know you didn't watch Monday night, Lamar didn't play his best game. He was not that accurate. He did not have his best game. I loved how pissed he got at himself and his teammates being like, we got to be better.
Oh.
I love that. He wants to win so bad. And I have the Eagles on the NFC side. I think the Ravens are live on the AFC side, and I think the Ravens could absolutely make the Super Bowl. And that is going to be because of Lamar Jackson, because Lamar Jackson is the heart and soul of that team.
Don't want you.
Okay, all right.
We don't want you or your bet.
Okay.
We don't want you or your bet.
You don't get a decision.
You
don't get a decision. Would you like to apologize for the fact that Justin Fields is now the most electric man in all of NFL?
Electric?
Yeah.
First of all, I love Justin Fields.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't.
I do. I don't love the way they're performing offensively along with everyone else, including Rone. That's just the only thing. I love Justin Fields.
No,
Let's
you
get
don't.
this straight.
No.
I don't like the Bears.
No.
I don't like the Bears. I didn't like the Bears ever since they let Devin Hester go. That's how long. I had to get it out. I had to get it out.
Should be a Hall of Famer.
I had to let you know.
Kick returner, best kick returner, punt returner of all time.
Of all time.
Including you,
and they
Deion.
let him go. He should have retired there. I heard that shot, by the way. He should have retired there, but they let him go. So I jumped off the bandwagon. When they jumped off him, I jumped off them.
All right, well, we'll welcome you back with Justin Fields, but I have 13-1 Ravens. So anyone who thinks that I don't like Lamar Jackson,
I'm calling whoever the company that you wager
Barstool
with,
Sports,
I'm calling them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. We're not taking your bet.
You're going to
We
cancel
don't want
it. Okay. All right.
What changed your mind about the
That was my
Ravens?
next
I thought you
question.
hated them.
I never have hated the Ravens.
I thought you always hated the
I've
Ravens.
never
You're
hated the
always
Ravens.
talking
I want it on the
crazy about
record.
Lamar.
I've never hated the Ravens. I've never hated Lamar. Deion's boxed me in because he says Josh Allen or Lamar. I would pick Josh Allen before Lamar. I would.
Yep.
I'm sorry, but I would.
Yep. It's okay.
2018.
You didn't. You didn't. You had a chance to pick Josh Allen,
Not
and
at
you
those
didn't.
odds. Not
You
at
just
those
took
odds.
Lamar.
Plus-
just took Lamar.
Plus 250
Where's Josh
is terrible
Allen?
odds for the
Get
Bills.
in Josh Allen's car.
I am in
We're
Josh
loaded.
Allen's car.
We're loaded right now.
2018, the Baltimore Ravens, I called them frauds that year. Ravens fans got very angry at me. What happened? They lost. They got killed in the first round with the 1 seed to the Tennessee Titans. I was right. Ravens fans want to say I was right. I was right. This year, I watched Sunday. I watched what the Jets did to the Bills. I watched what the Titans almost did to the Chiefs. And everyone's saying offense, offense. How can you keep up with Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen? You keep up with an unbelievable defense. And the Ravens can run the ball. Lamar can make big plays. And that defense is going to be elite by the end of the year.
Can't take it.
It's really not Dan's fault that they had the season they did in 2018, and then we started the show.
And I was right that I was right.
Yes, so you were right. And so then we started the show very soon after that. So that's where the argument comes from. It's not.
Was that the year he was MVP?
I shouldn't be criticized for being right. I should be applauded.
Was that the year Lamar was the MVP?
Yeah, and they lost in the first round.
No, I'm just saying, was that the year he was the MVP
Yes.
and they had over 500 yards of total offense? But
you
they
care
lost,
about
but he
regular
had
season
over 500
awards.
yards.
That's fine.
No, I don't.
Aren't you worried a little bit about the help that Lamar Jackson has, though? He doesn't really have, he can obviously do it, but he doesn't really have a ton of options at wide receiver. His tight end's hurt. He's leaning on Deshaun Jackson, who's 35, and maybe he's still kind of getting a feel for that offense, 36 maybe. You know, are you not worried about his help?
No, because Lamar's a superstar. He can do it all himself.
There it is.
Hey, Rone, you just led him down the street that he wanted to go down. Don't do
No,
it,
he
Rone.
didn't.
Don't buy into it.
I wasn't expecting that question.
But you do have the odds, so that's what matters. 13-1.
Yeah, for the record, I do still think the Bills with the healthy Josh Allen is the best team in the NFL.
Oh,
and
I knew that was
including
coming.
the Eagles, unfortunately. One, I don't know if he's going to be healthy for the rest of the year because I do think he's actually injured. And two, plus 250 is like, well, you'd be an idiot to bet a team plus 250 win the Super Bowl.
You fell in love with them, but you fell head over heels in love with the Ravens. You don't like them a little bit, you love them a lot. I can tell. You did.
Okay,
you fell in love with the Ravens.
Yeah, I did.
You're saying they're better than the Eagles now?
No. I said the Bills are.
Oh, got it.
No. The Eagles are better than the Ravens.
This is the gambling brain.
Yeah.
That's
The
thing.
Eagles are the best team in the NFC by far.
Yes.
I do think the Bills, wouldn't you say if a healthy Josh Allen, Bills, Eagles, neutral field, it would at least be Bills' favorite.
Bills might be favored, but I'm riding with the Birds.
Yeah, listen, I would be riding with the Birds too because I have the future.
Yeah, Deion, he's thinking with his gambling brain. On this show, we do pick games straight up. And you mentioned to me before we started that you're going to start picking games with your eyes shut because you're just running circles.
That's what
I'm
he's
so
already
locked in.
doing. You're not
That's how
watching
locked in.
games.
That's how locked in I am.
You're
getting ready for the Campbell.
You should be ashamed to say I don't watch the games and I'm still dominating.
Listen, you're getting ready for the.
Shame.
You got to worry about the Campbell Camels and what yard line you're going to punt.
We already took it. We already took care of that.
Yeah, Deion went 10-3 last week.
I don't know if you noticed, but I'm 0 right now.
Yeah, no, you haven't lost.
Yeah, I don't know how many games.
I have you fifth in my college football playoff standings.
Do you really?
Thank you.
That's
I appreciate
incredible.
it.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Thank you, sir.
Deion,
You're ahead of Tennessee.
Deion, I do want to talk to you eventually. We don't have to do it on this show because it's different sport, college football. But I want to just pitch to you. Maybe you could take the head coaching job in College Station at some point. I just wanted to put that out there.
Don't.
Can't discuss this.
I know you can't. I just want to put it out there, like in the universe. You know, maybe.
I like Jimbo.
I know. It's just it would be nice. It'd be nice. Okay, so Rone, last time you were here, you went 10-6, so you had a pretty good day.
It's decent. I expect better of myself today. I expect to raise the standard.
The no nails. The no nails.
I'm going to be nails today.
Before we start picking some games, Dan, the Colts fired Frank Reich this week. They hired Jeff Saturday as their interim head coach, which obviously the internet went crazy about. What was your thoughts when you saw that news?
It is crazy, and if you're Jeff Saturday, you have to take the job. So it's nothing against Jeff Saturday. If that phone call comes in and it's Jim Irsay and he's like, "Hey, we want to be the coach," like, yeah. I do feel a little bad that like there's a lot of guys. Deion is one of them. He coached at high school, then now he's at Jackson State. Like guys who grind out coaching, and Jeff Saturday kind of cut the whole line. Mm-hmm. So that part is, I don't think that's right, but maybe it's just an 8-game thing. He's just gonna, watch over the team, and then they'll find another coach. But it is a little weird. Like if I was Reggie Wayne, who's on that staff and knows those players and knows that personnel and has been with that team for the entire year, and you call Jeff Saturday off his couch, I'm like, what's going on here? That's a little weird.
I like it. I like it because so oftentimes we always talk about tradition. It has to be this way, this way, this way, this way. And everyone's not traditional. So doing something outside the guidelines of tradition and calling a guy that's affiliated with your organization, that played for your organization, just a good guy that knows football like the back of his hand, that has had the relatability to players, coaches, as well as media, I like it. Because when it's successful, not if, when it's successful, it's going to give somebody else another opportunity to do the same thing. So I like unconventional, untraditional type of gestures like that. I absolutely like it. I know some people are going to get upset, like you said. You're totally right, Dan, with those guys that have been waiting in line for the opportunity. But jobs and opportunities are all based on relationships. You know that. Everyone know that. Mm-hmm. None of us would be where we are without relationships, and that's how we got there.
Yeah,
so I like it.
Yeah, if it was just to start the season and he was named like head coach, I'd be like, well, this is actually bullshit. It is an interim job, so it's not, maybe Jim Irsay's thinking I don't want to set up Reggie Wayne to fail. So that.
But he had a losing record in high school football.
He did.
That's not good.
No, that's not.
He wasn't like a champion.
Way to reach deep down there and grab it from the gutter.
Oh, that's the only place he's coached.
Well, I mean, if it's a fact, it's a fact.
Okay, tell me that, because I don't know anything about this. Tell me about this, Rone.
He had a losing record throughout his time in high school football a couple years ago. I mean, if you feel bad for Reggie Wayne, you should feel bad for the high school coach of the Little Sisters of the Poor that beat him in week 3 wherever he was playing high school football. Like, they're obviously out coaching him. How can you be excited about Jeff Saturday if you're a Colts fan, if you're a Colts player, when there's other guys in the locker room, like you're saying, a line gets cut, but why not someone that you trust? You have no trust of Jeff Saturday. Just because Jim Irsay trusts him doesn't mean he's trustworthy.
Yeah, it's going to be weird. I don't know how you, I guess, if you're, Deion, you can answer it. Like, if you're a player in that locker room, are you kind of looking at it sideways, like what's going on here?
No. I'm looking at it like, hey, man, we got to play our butts off because none of us are going to be here at the conclusion of the year. Let me throw you out a name that was unconventional that worked. Barry Switzer. Barry Switzer.
Are you talking about Barry Switzer with the Cowboys?
Yes, with the Cowboys.
I could have coached the Cowboys to a Super Bowl that year.
Yeah, but it was unconventional.
Okay.
No one thought
Jerry Jones
could
should have hired
happen,
me.
and he did it. And if it wasn't for little old me, he would have had another Super Bowl, but I happen to be playing for the San Francisco 49ers, and we stopped doing it.
Deion doesn't remember how that played out at all.
Barry Switzer, I was 9 years old at the time. If Jerry Jones had hired me, the Cowboys would have won a Super Bowl in 1995.
That's not true.
Yeah, it is.
In Dan's brain it is, and that's what matters, Deion.
Yes.
That's what matters.
I do want to use this time, and I hate to have to compliment Deion because he's so mean and unfair to me. I was scrolling Instagram yesterday, and there happened to be a highlight from it was like an NFL memes account. Mm-hmm. I don't think our viewers, I don't think enough people realize that Deion Sanders was was the baddest motherfucker alive, because I watched a highlight, and I don't know if you remember this game, Deion, against the Bengals, where Deion returned a punt and started high-stepping at the 50-yard line. It was, he actually kind of stopped because he's like, whoa, this is a little too early. And he's like, no, wait, I do have everyone beat. He started high-stepping at the 50-yard line. Yeah. I just want the kids out there to know how bad, in a good way, Deion Sanders was.
Do you remember that, Deion?
Yes, I remember like it was yesterday. I remember it. It was Thursday night game, I believe. And we did that. That was, matter of fact, that was the first punt of the game. I think they faked one early on, then they came back and punted it, and we housed the thing. And it was a great moment. It was a great moment.
It was unbelievable. They showed the sideline, and Boomer Esiason's just shaking his head like, what the hell? How did this just happen? I'm gonna try to find it. I want to show it to Rone. I don't know if we can show highlights on this show. I'm sure that would be bad. Rone, watch this.
Just the live reaction?
Just watch this live reaction.
Claps it up before the
claps it up.
He's charged up. He looks slim.
Yep.
Slim.
Yeah,
looks
real
fast.
slim, real lean.
Looks slim. They're gonna punt it right here.
All of a buck 80.
Yeah, you were lean. You were lean. All right, so Deion, the punt is in the air.
Lefty punter, sky high, good punt.
Deion catches it on the 20.
Makes one man miss.
Couple
Pitch to
men
the
miss.
outside.
All right, ready for this?
Another cut and then straight.
He starts high-stepping at the 50-yard line.
Wait, he wasn't even at the sideline. He was at the center of the field.
And he did a little high step. Like, guys were still around him. It was still like kind of in question, but no question.
I was going to ask if it was premeditated. You could tell that it was just instinct. He just saw the goal line and he started high step at it. It was instinct.
He didn't even have to think about it because he's that athletic and that confident.
It was incredible. It was incredible. So I just wanted to give credit to my friend Deion Sanders because we don't. People need to just remember. We maybe need to just do like a highlight every month of like Deion just being the baddest motherfucker alive. High stepping at the 50-yard line.
You should start doing it.
Yeah.
Why not? Educate the kids.
I will start doing that.
Educate the kids. Let's get to the storyline games of the week presented by the Chevy Silverado. We are going to start with the Vikings at the Bills. Deion, I will start with you. The Vikings now have won 6 straight. Kirk Cousins went mega viral for him being cool on a plane, which I don't think any of us really anticipated. And then the Bills drop a surprising game to the Jets. And of course, after the game, Josh Allen comes out with that awesome quote and says, well, it's hard to win in the league when you're playing a good team and your quarterback plays like shit. So a little bit of self-awareness.
I respect that from Josh Allen. 100%. And I love that. With Kirk Cousins, absolutely love all the fellas that lended him their chains so he could rock steady on the plane. I loved it 100%. I still do not think the Vikings are good, although they're on a tremendous winning streak. Buffalo looked past the Jets and they got their butts kicked. I don't feel like they're going to lose 2 straight. I'm going with the Buffalo Bills at the crib.
Rone?
I'm with Coach on this one. It's the Buffalo Bills because the Vikings have had a ton of success, but all of their games have been close. A lot of their games have been nail biters. Everything's within 1 score, it seems like. The Commanders are feisty and they're on a little bit of a run of their own. But I think that this week is the start of us realizing who the Minnesota Vikings really are. They're good, but they're not great.
Dan?
Yeah, I don't know if Josh Allen's going to play, if he's going to be limited, but Case Keenum revenge game if he is out, because Case Keenum's a backup for the Bills. I also just think the Bills, even with Case Keenum, the talent he has around them on both sides of the ball, I'll take the Bills.
What did you think about the Kirk Cousins stuff?
I hate him. I really do hate him. And it's not personal because he's a very nice guy. He's come on Pardon My Take, a very nice guy. I just hate the fact that, like, I think now people like him, and it bothers me.
That he's maybe not as nerdy as he was before?
It bothers me. It bothers me. And this guy's been torturing me for a very long time. So I don't like Kirk Cousins.
You don't like it when he looks cool
Again, not personal. Like, he's a very nice guy. We had him on. Like, he's a, very nice guy. Good football player. Hate him.
I thought it was cool.
I think this is kind of the script for him, though. He's kind of cool at the beginning of the season. I think that we're going to see who the Kirk Cousins we're familiar with.
Yeah. No more dancing in chains on the plane, huh?
Yeah.
He should get his own chains. I feel like borrowing everybody else's chains lessens that accomplishment.
He's made enough from our game.
It did feel like he was like dressing up like as the little brother. Like the big brothers were dressing him up for Halloween. But
he was too big.
It was a good viral moment though, but maybe we'll see less of that moving forward. Let's go to the Cowboys at the Packers. Rone, I will start with you here. The Packers lose again 5 straight. I know how Dan feels about this because he did call this weeks ago. The Cowboys had a bye. We've seen how good they've gotten, especially getting Dak Prescott back. Do you buy that this Green Bay Packers team is actually as bad as they appear?
They are bad, but I'm picking the Packers this week.
Oh, there you go.
I think that Aaron Rodgers had some of the ugliest interceptions that you'll ever see. Goal line interception after goal line interception. That, to me, is a little bit of an anomaly. You're not going to continue. He also had 3 touchdown passes. I think that Aaron Rodgers is going to round into form as he gets on the same page with some of his young wide receivers. I don't think that they're as bad as they're going to be. I think that they'll water will find their level in Green Bay a little bit. I think they beat the Packers.
Dan, I know you think the Packers
beat the Cowboys.
I'm sorry, the Cowboys. Packers beat the Cowboys.
You've been saying that they're bad for a while.
They are very bad. We don't do spreads on this show. I would agree with Rone if it was against the spread. It's Mike McCarthy revenge game, though. This is like he probably is so excited to see the Packers stink because the last time they stunk like this was his last season in Green Bay. I do think the Packers will keep it close, But at the end of the day, they just don't have enough guys, healthy guys, to win this game. The death spiral of the Green Bay Packers and Aaron Rodgers continues.
Deion?
This tells you how valuable receivers are, because there's no way that Aaron Rodgers looks like he looks right now. It's unbelievable that your main guy, I mean, you could lose the receiver. That's why, and you know what? I never see these quarterbacks, handsomely paid quarterbacks, highest paid role of all positions. I never see these guys fight for their receivers. I've never seen a guy openly come out and say, we need to pay him and keep him. I've never seen that. And that bothers me. So what Aaron Rodgers is dealing with is self-infliction right now. Cowboys are going to stomp them. They're going to fall. And Aaron Rodgers is going to get more and more upset. He's going to lash out. He's going to say something and I like Aaron Rodgers. But he's not going to sit there and take the blame. He's not built like that. So he's going to say something and it's going to further alienate people and it's going to cause division. To the point that they're going to have to get him out of there.
Yeah, it does seem like he's very unhappy. I know you're very close with Jerry Jones, and a lot of chatter in the Dallas area that he did go on a Dallas radio show and talked about potentially recruiting Odell Beckham Jr. What do you think about that move for the Cowboys?
Well, first of all, if Jerry Jones talked about potentially recruiting Odell Beckham Jr., that means Odell Beckham Jr. has already been recruited. Okay, so that's the way Jerry moves. He don't talk about nothing that he hadn't touched. Like he hadn't sent you a message or you'd already got a deal done some type of way. So I wouldn't put that past him. That would strengthen the Cowboys. Their defense is phenomenal, giving Dak more weapons. And I do think they need a one, and Odell can still be a one. I don't think they have a one. CeeDee Lamb is phenomenal. I don't know if he's a one yet in his career.
Dan, what do you think?
I do think Odell, I think Deion's exactly right. Odell's going to be a Cowboy. It does make me a little nervous. The Cowboys do feel like they're rounding into form to be the second best team in the NFC. So yeah, that's going to be dangerous if they add Odell.
I think the rest of the teams in the NFL or a lot of other contenders in the NFC really improve themselves. Robert Quinn going to the Eagles, Christian McCaffrey going to the 49ers. I think the Cowboys are watching all of this happen around them, saying maybe we don't want to invest the draft capital to get these guys, but if you can just open up the checkbook and get Odell Beckham, why would you not do it?
I know usually when Dave is here, he likes to give Deion shit about Odell because we have seen where he's kind of been like a team killer in different scenarios. Do you see that being different, Dan, in Dallas?
No. Odell has never been a team killer.
Dave, that's usually the narrative he likes to throw out.
I think Odell needs a big city. He needs a bright lights. That's why it was working for a while in New York. That's why it worked in LA. That's why it didn't work in Cleveland. That's no offense to Cleveland. I just don't think that fit was
I think
good.
the quarterback did work in Cleveland.
Okay, well, and now I think in Dallas he has the bright lights.
Yeah.
So he'll be good.
Well, they need offense.
Yeah.
And with what Philly is doing right now, you're going to have to outscore them, man. You need offense. You got to score. And I would bring Odell in because I'm telling you, they do not have a true one. And if you bring Odell in and take some attention off CeeDee Lamb, I feel like you got what you want.
Are you nervous, Ron?
About them bringing in Odell Beckham?
Yeah.
I don't think I'm nervous at all.
Okay, all right, good.
The way that
You shouldn't be.
defensive backfield is set up, they have two of the highest performing cornerbacks in the NFL. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson leads the league in interceptions.
Big play slide.
Their pass rush is getting better. There's a lot to be excited about if you're an Eagles fan. You can't be that worried about the Cowboys right now.
Yeah.
You're undefeated in the middle of November. You've got to fly high there. Let's go to Sunday Night Football. We have the Chargers at the 49ers. Dan, I will start with you. The Chargers beating the Falcons in the fourth quarter last week. The 49ers coming off a bye. They've struggled to even stay above 500 this year. When you look at this primetime game tonight, what do you think?
I think the 49ers are going to start to reel off some wins here. It's enough of winning one, losing one, back and forth. They are a very talented team. They're starting to get healthy, had the bye week. The weapons and mismatches that they have now with Christian McCaffrey, Deebo Samuel, and George Kittle is insane. And I think their defense is getting a few guys back as well. This Chargers team is hanging on for dear life. They've had a ton of injuries. They don't have all their guys back. They were Joshua Palmer, their third wide receiver was playing wide receiver 1 against the Falcons. I'm going to take the 49ers at home off a bye.
And Rone, you mentioned teams getting stronger with guys throughout the season. Christian McCaffrey, obviously, for the 49ers was unbelievable 2 weeks ago. Do you expect to see that continue?
I said that I'm not scared of the Cowboys and the Giants. I am scared of the 49ers. The 49ers, to me, are a terrifying team because of the weapons that you mentioned on offense, but also their speed on defense, their tackling on defense, the amount of talent that they have on defense. I think that that's a team we're going to watch round into form over the next couple of weeks. The 49ers are good.
Deion?
I like the 49ers. I don't know why they hadn't gotten it together. I do not like the Chargers. I feel as though they have underachieved. And Justin Herbert was on the pedestal to take over, to be up there in the top echelon of quarterbacks. And something happened. I don't know what happened. I can't put my finger on it, but something happened. I do like the 49ers and what they're trying to accomplish this season. The acquisition of Christian McCaffrey is unbelievable. I don't know how the NFC allowed that to happen. Like, how can you allow that to happen?
It's crazy.
That was crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. Before we pick some more games, let's go to #IBelieve, which every single week you get to pick something you believe in. Deion, you said last week, and the Cowboys were on a bye, but you said you expect Dak and the Cowboys will continue their run. We've talked about them already, but are you going to stick with that? Are you going to go with something
I'm going to stick with that.
Okay.
I feel really, really good about that. I'm going to stick with that through and through, especially if they grab Odell. I'm really on it then. But I'm going to stick with it.
Okay, and Rone, you haven't been here for a while, but in week 4, we can just put that beside. It doesn't matter. You did say the Texans will upset the Chargers. The Texans are terrible, but you know what? You had hope for them, but it's been months ago, so it doesn't matter.
That was dumb. That was dumb of me. I was wrong about that, but I'm about to be right about this. I believe that the Vikings are about to be bad, and I'm not going to be vague about that. I'll be specific. I think that the Vikings are going to lose 3 of their next 4 games.
Whoa.
I think that the Vikings are going to go on the schneid.
Bills and Cowboys, I believe.
Those are 2 of the first ones, and then I was looking at the schedule. I think that there are some very losable games. I think we're going to find out who the Vikings are. 3 of the next 4.
And Dan, you said that Justin Fields will be the guy, and you even told me, Whit, and Deion that we would all be shocked because you're going to be right. He's going to win over 7.5 playoff games in his career.
1 week in, and I'm right, and you're wrong, Deion. He broke the record for rushing yards for a quarterback in the regular season with 178 rush yards on Sunday. And if you're like, oh, he can't pass, he threw 3 touchdown passes as well. He is so electric. He is going to be a superstar once the Bears get some guys around.
He completed 17 passes for 123 yards. You're right. I mean, he's going to be a superstar.
I can tell you didn't watch the game. All right, I believe, because this also happened in this game. Tua Tagovailoa.
You know how hard it is to complete 17 passes for 100? I just want to.
You didn't watch the game.
You know how hard it is. But do you know how hard that is, though?
Guys were dropping balls left and right.
You're saying most of them for less than 10 yards, averaging less than 10 yards a pass on that.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's kind of hard to do.
I'm taking the receipts. Tua Tagovailoa.
Tagovailoa.
Tua. Just Tua.
Man.
Just Tua.
Right now he's 16 to 1 to win MVP for this season. I placed a wager on it. I think there's a path for Tua to win the MVP.
Oh, now you want to get on my wagon. I can't take it.
I've been on Tua. I'm part of Tua-non.
No, you haven't. No, you haven't.
I'm part of Tua-non, bro.
Now you are.
Yeah.
You got to stop this.
And I can tell you're not part of Tua-non because you didn't know that I was part of Tua-non.
I have a nice muscular back, but I cannot carry you.
Okay.
I cannot carry you. I cannot do it.
The narrative is there. The Dolphins are very good. Tua has not lost a game this season that he started and finished the game. Obviously, he was knocked out of the Bengals game. He is right now 15 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, which is the best TD to interception ratio.
Oh my God!
He's about
Can somebody
to be at
please
2,000
roll
yards.
back this tape? Please.
He's going to be up there for yards, touchdowns, all the stats, and then he also has the narrative for overcoming 2 concussions at the beginning of the year. If the Dolphins get to the playoffs and they win, 11, 12 games, and Tua's the head of that, I think there's always the voter fatigue. I think Josh Allen's injury might be real. There's always voter fatigue with Patrick Mahomes. I think Tua will step into that spot. and be the story and be the MVP.
What about Jalen Hurts?
He is also going to be
Jalen Hurts
the
is
MVP.
the top. He's top dog right now.
So that would be
Let's
two
just get that
picks.
straight.
Yeah, no, I didn't bet Jalen Hurts because I already have the Eagles to win the Super Bowl.
No,
but
I understand.
Jalen Hurts could absolutely be the MVP. That would probably be the main.
Yeah, he could.
The basis of my thinking, Jalen Hurts is the main competitor because it's Josh Allen's possibly hurt. Patrick Mahomes voter fatigue.
Josh Allen is not one of the top 3.
Okay, you're stupid.
I would go with Mahomes. Why? Thank you. I really appreciate that. I would go with Mahomes.
I don't think you're stupid,
before.
but you say stupid things sometimes.
Well, give
Josh
your top
Allen
three. What's
is
your
not
top
the
three?
top guy. He's not the top. Jalen Hurts is the top guy.
Agree with that.
You would. I can't.
He
ask you on
sounds
this.
smart to me. No, he sounds smart to me. You're saying he's saying stupid things.
Jerry,
It sounds smart to me.
Jerry, who would you take right now? You can pick Josh Allen or Jalen Hurts.
It's not. You talking about in the big scheme of things. You talking about this and that. I'm talking about right now, this season. This season, what they've done about MVP. That's what we're talking. That's what the subject is based on. It's not based on anything else. It's based on right now what's going on.
What is he doing? Oh, he's sleeping, he's taking a nap? Oh, no. Oh, Jerry, no.
Oh, he just woke up. Jerry just woke
Taking a
up.
nap.
I was like, Jerry's being
Jerry up.
awfully quiet and still when he's being asked a question.
What happened? Did I miss my segment?
No, I was
you
asking
good.
you
No,
a
you
question.
said
It's
you had to
okay.
come.
Dan needed you to have his back in the argument.
Jerry, don't worry about it. Jerry, go back to
was the
sleep.
question?
Yeah, so,
Who
look
would you
like you're
take,
in a
Josh
great
Allen or
dream.
Jalen Hurts?
Right now?
Yeah.
Based off of this year?
Yeah.
Yes. What else, Jerry?
Jalen Hurts.
All right, go
Jalen
back to
Hurts.
back.
That, Jerry, you're a good
Go
man.
back.
Jerry,
Go back
you're a
to back.
good man.
Jerry, you
Jerry, you're a
you
good
have some
man.
time
Jerry,
for your
forget that.
segment.
Getting his beauty rest.
Go back to
He's
back.
Sounds
hurt. You
smart.
don't know.
No, it's not. If he's not.
Jerry, you're a
He
good
was-
Said
man.
he's not hurt. Josh Allen is second in touchdowns, fourth in yards. Like you're crazy, Deion. He's got a.
So who's second? Where's Mahomes in all of this, guys?
That's what I'm saying. I know Mahomes is the best. Mahomes is the best quarterback in the NFL. There is no
I
debate.
just told you I would take Hurt, and I just said the MVP race right now is Jalen Hurts, then Mahomes, not Josh Allen.
Josh Allen's in it. Yes, I don't know about the injury, but Josh Allen is absolutely in the MVP race.
Jerry, you can go back
not
to sleep if you
leading.
want.
I'm okay.
You got a couple segments if you need another nap.
What's Jalen Hurts rushing versus Josh Allen? I'm very curious about that.
I think that it's got to go Jalen Hurts, Patrick Mahomes,
Thank
Josh
you.
Allen, Lamar Jackson, and then Tua. And then, I mean, if Kirk Cousins, if you stop
Right.
the season today, maybe throw in Kirk Cousins, but I don't.
Josh
Like I
Allen
said-
has 4 touchdowns rushing, 392 yards. Let's see, Jalen Hurts, rushing stats. You guys are all crazy.
You're the one. You were
It
the one who's
doesn't
the
go by
outlier.
rushing stats.
I'm just adding context to it because he has better passing stats.
Hurts has better rushing stats for
We're
sure.
finding that out.
For sure.
We're
You
finding
just
that
said
out.
he
I
was
don't
the
know.
4th leading passer. So who's the top 3?
Brady, Mahomes, and I think it wasn't Jalen Hurts. I'll look into this. You can keep going.
Jalen
Kayce.
Hurts doesn't need to pass the ball when
He
they're
doesn't.
winning in every game.
When they're winning.
They're up in the second quarter of every
So
game.
are the Bills.
They
What
can
are we
hand
pretending
ball
that
off.
the Bills lose
Bills
one
just
game?
lost.
They lose one game to the Jets and the Bills stink now?
They don't stink.
The Bills have lost 2 games. Do you know that?
You guys are crazy
And I
right
was a
now.
little foggy waking up. I think it's Josh Allen.
Thank you.
I was a little
Thank
foggy.
you.
Jerry, go
Hey,
back to sleep.
Jerry, we don't care
Joe
anymore.
Burrow
Jerry.
is third in
Jerry,
yards.
we don't care anymore.
Joe Burrow's third in yards. Jalen Hurts is 10th.
We
Because
don't
they're
care.
winning every game. They're
It has
winning.
not-
So what
nothing
do
to
you
do
guys
about it.
care
Who's my
about if we
quarterback
can't
Seattle?
talk stats, if we
Really?
can't talk... The Bills are a really good
Hey.
team, too.
Gino probably has better stats than that.
Oh, my God.
I'll let,
We might as well throw Gino in there.
I can't deal with
yes,
this.
I will let
Turnovers?
Dan keep
What about
looking.
turnovers?
Turnovers?
Yeah.
You guys just keep going down the line.
Where's Gino in all of this?
Josh Allen has
Gino's-
more rushing yards than Jalen Hurts. And Jalen Hurts has 2
And?
more rushing touchdowns, but that's just because he gets to sneak it from the 1-yard line every game.
Oh, yeah, okay.
You guys have boxed me in again because I like Jalen Hurts. This is bullshit.
It is-
You always box me in.
And
You
this-
get me to bash someone I actually like. I'm just saying, saying Josh Allen isn't in the MVP conversation is insane.
No, we said he was in the MVP conversation.
You said
but we
fourth.
didn't say he's in the top 2.
He is.
That's all we were trying to say.
He is.
And then if Tua have a couple more games,
Yeah.
if he would have been knocked out of the game, he would have been in the top 3. And your guy probably would have been 4th by then.
I don't know how we got to this point. I bet on Tua to win the MVP. That's my I believe.
Dan, I will say that if this game had happened, if this game had happened prior to them losing to the Jets, I feel like we wouldn't be having this conversation.
Exactly. We're overreacting to what. Now, again, the injury, totally different story. If he's actually injured, that he's obviously not going to be the MVP, and he's not going to be even close to Josh Allen. But he played one bad game. He plays like 2 bad games a year. Every other game, he's been phenomenal.
And he was self-aware. He said he played like shit.
He did. I like that leadership.
Okay, Jerry, I know that you were taking a nap, but you are wide awake now, so please come on to set. It is time for the Game Time Game of the Week with Jersey Jerry. Score last-minute tickets to this week's Game Time Game of the Week or any sport, concert, or show with the Game Time app. Download the app, create an account, redeem code football for $20 off your first order. Terms do apply. Hello, Jerry. How was your nap?
Hey, this is good.
It was good?
I woke up and I was like, I felt like somebody was calling my name, and then I just didn't wake up, and then I heard something moving, and it was the camera.
Did you feel the camera like staring at you when you opened your eyes?
I just heard like something. I don't know how I didn't hear him saying my name.
They were in a heated argument.
Yeah.
So he needed his friend to have his back, and he didn't have his back.
Don't have kids, Rone.
Yeah, that's the way.
Yeah, Jerry, what were you dreaming about, Jerry? Because you look like you woke up out of a dream.
Yeah, I think I was dreaming about the Game Time Game of the Week.
Yeah.
There it is.
I think I
Good job,
was.
Jerry.
So you've got the Saints at the Steelers this week.
Yeah, so, I feel like my picks this year have been good when I do the Steelers, and they've been really, really bad when I take the Raiders. Because I took the Raiders 3 times this year, and I got crushed.
There's more choices.
I know, there is, but I really didn't like
Raiders and
anything else.
Steelers. That's the only 2 choices.
Well, it is my segment. There.
Okay. Sorry.
Please respect the segment.
Nobody really knows the Steelers like I do. I'm 6-2 this year, picking Steelers games, wins and losses. Their record is 2-6, but my record is 6-2. I know when
It's
this
very
team.
admirable.
Yeah, I know when this team is going to perform. I know when they're going to lose. I know when they're going to win. I know when they're going to score. Steelers are averaging 15 points a game this year. It's the second worst in the NFL. That's all about to change because Mike Tomlin coming off the bye, he scores points. So the team total this week is 19.5. I want to add that as well to the Steelers with the line.
So Steelers +3.
Yes.
And their
Team total over
Okay.
19.5.
Okay.
I think they can get the job done this week against the Saints.
Do you think they can win?
I do. With TJ coming back, I do feel like they could win. I do. The Steelers are 1-10 or 1-11 without TJ Watt. So that just shows how big of an impact he has on a football game.
Dan, do you agree with Jerry?
I do agree with Jerry. I think the Steelers are going to win this game. I don't know what the Saints are doing with Andy Dalton as their quarterback.
Yeah, is Jameis, I don't know what the story is. He healthy enough to play?
He's fine.
They're just not playing him, right?
I think he is. And then Taysom Hill's also the Saints are frustrating as hell because they have 2 options that are objectively very fun and gives you a chance to maybe overachieve.
Yeah.
Taysom Hill and Jameis Winston. And then they go with Andy Dalton, who's a nice guy, but he is what he is.
Maybe they're tanking. You never know.
You never know. It's a great hoodie.
No, they don't have a first round pick. It's the Eagles pick.
Oh, wow.
Can't even tank.
Yeah, so who knows what's going on in New Orleans.
Thank you, Jerry. Thank you, Jerry. Rone, how do you feel about it?
Great segment, Chair.
Thanks.
Good job, Jerry. You killed it.
Thanks.
I think that the Pittsburgh Steelers are bad, and I don't mean anything to Jerry by that. I think that the Steelers are bad. I also think that the Saints are bad. The Saints are actually really bad. And but I think that the Steelers at least are young. The Steelers at least have young position players and weapons that they're building something. So I think there's more upside with the Steelers, and I think being at home with TJ coming back and off the bye, he'll be nice and fresh. It's the Steelers.
Dion?
I'm going with the Saints. Both teams are bad, but I think the Saints are bad and bougie. You see how it worked there?
Yeah, I like
Yes.
that. I like
Yes,
that.
that was good. That was good. Let's go to the rapid fire games of the week presented by Cross Country Mortgage. Players watch game film to prepare, and finding your dream home is no different. Cross Country Mortgage is the partner that's prepped to put you in position to win. Reach out to us today at ccm.com/Barstool. That's ccm.com/Barstool, ccm.com/Barstool. Equal housing opportunity, NMLS 3029. All loans subject to underwriting approval. NMLSconsumeraccess.org. All right, Dion, we have a game in Germany this week. So not England, but it is Germany,
There you go.
9:30
Thank you.
a.m. It is the Seahawks at the Bucks. Now, we talked a lot about Tom Brady over the last few weeks. You know, you said you're jealous of the lawyer that he got in the divorce settlement. The divorce goes final. Yep. He wins, and he seemed like he had a little bit of fun. So are the Bucks back?
They're not back. They're not back whatsoever. But I'm not picking against Tom for any means because he's locked in. But I'm going to tell you something, man. If Geno Smith does not win Comeback Player of the Year, that's a problem. Because when I tell you this guy's balling, and this is the only reason that I'm scared to pick against the Seahawks, which I've never been, but I'm going with Tom Brady and the Bucks.
Rone?
I like the Seahawks here. I think that the Seahawks are getting great play from Geno Smith. They're getting great play from their rookie class. Kenneth Walker is running all over everybody. They're playing their rookies a lot. Their rookies are rewarding them. I think their locker room is where it needs to be right now. Addition by subtraction of getting a quarterback that everybody likes. I'm on the Seahawks.
Yeah, the Seahawks defense has been lights out recently. Tariq Woolen, who is one of the rookie classes, he's just as good as Sauce Gardner, or has played just as good as Sauce Gardner. I know Sauce Gardner maybe has more of the stats right now. I'm going to take the Bucs though, simply because of this. I think the Seahawks are for real. I think they played incredible. I think Geno Smith, I completely agree with Deion, should be comeback player of the year. The Bucs are a bad football team on the offensive side of the ball. They still have a good defense, though. And I think that this is going to be a tough task for Geno and the Seahawks, who have played some not great teams recently on this stretch of wins they've had. So I'm going to take the Bucs, and I hate it.
Okay, Dan, we're going to talk about the Bears. The Lions at the Bears, and the Lions, we know they're 2-6. The Bears lost a close one to the Dolphins, which I know was very frustrating for you last week. I know who you're going to pick, but are you actually confident?
Oh, yeah, I'm confident. And if Deion picks the Bears, this whole contest should be irrelevant. You're not allowed to pick the Bears. What are you going to say, Jerry?
Yeah, I don't want to interrupt the show. I actually wanted to ask Deion a question.
Okay.
Serious question, though. No, like, funny business. Does he think that Sauce Gardner could end up better than him?
Oh.
Somebody slapped Jerry.
Okay. Go back to sleep.
Serious question.
Just slapped Jerry.
You did sleep through I played a highlight of Deion high stepping at the 50.
He was asleep.
Punt return.
I know, but like, what was Deion like his rookie year?
He was awesome.
Really?
Deion
Lockdown?
He's incredible.
He was a Hall of Famer.
Oh, I know he was great, but I'm saying his rookie year, did he ball out like sauces?
He was the best cornerback of all time.
Okay, you got to understand the defense we ran. I played for not my rookie year. I take that back because I was just going to say I played for Jerry Glanville. We blitzed every play. It was like punt return every play. We had 10 guys across the ball and one guy free, so you had to cover.
Gotcha.
Yeah, a lot of things are not the same, and we had different guys in that era. We also had receivers that were really good, but guess what? The quarterback was also going to be a Hall of Famer.
I would think now is a bit harder on the cornerback.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Okay.
Not when you
I
have.
don't know about that.
So I'm covering Jerry Rice, and you got Joe Montana throwing. I'm covering Michael Irvin, and you got Troy Aikman throwing. You want me to keep going? I can keep going for a while.
I can keep going too, Deion. We could do this all day. Imagine you trying to cover Antonio Brown in his prime.
Antonio Brown, that's your example?
That's a great That's a great way to try to provoke me. Good job, Jerry.
All right.
Jerry's got the look in his eye. He knows what he's doing. He knows what he's doing.
He's well rested.
Yeah, he got a little power now.
He's well rested.
Yes.
Coming out firing. Yeah, I'm taking the Bears. I do think they're going to win this game. Justin Fields is ascending in the way he's playing. The way they finally have schemed offense for him. Now Chase Claypool gets his second game, doing a little more with him. And the Lions are coming off a big win. So it's, a classic NFL spot where take the team that's, on a losing streak versus a team that's coming off a big win.
Deion, are you taking the Bears?
Well, no. Dan just told me I can't.
No, you can't.
He just told me I can't take the Bears.
You
So
cannot.
I changed my pick, and I'm taking the Lions. And I don't do what the line. I don't even know what the line is, but I'm taking the Lions by 6.
Oh,
okay.
Alternate spread.
All right, Rone.
Love that. I'm on the Bears as well. I think that the Bears obviously are getting good play from Justin Fields, but they're also a young team that has rookies that are playing crazy right now.
Yeah, Javon Brisker is nice defensive rookie that Ryan Poles drafted. Their defense is just bad though, because we just traded Roquan Smith and Robert Quinn.
But that means you gave up. That's what that means.
Yeah, no, that's by design. I don't know if you know. Yeah. I know you can coach. I don't know if you can be a front office mind like myself.
Well,
the whole point of this season is to get
draft picks. We do use a
picks,
portal here.
Cap space. Portal? Use the portal?
Yeah, portal. Yeah, and now NILs is just like cap space.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, we know because Barstool Sports paid for
that's
your
right. You guys gave Travis $3 million, right?
Yeah, we paid $5 million for Travis Hunter.
$5 million.
Yeah,
I thought it was $3.
A year.
The Bears are not great, but I feel like Justin Fields is the best player on the field on Sunday.
Rone will go Jags at the Chiefs. The Jags got a much-needed win. The Chiefs barely escaped the Titans, but did get the win. What do you think?
I think that the Chiefs are going to blow out the Jags. The Jags had their little moral victory. They had their fun. The Chiefs are the real deal. The Chiefs are finding out who they are offensively. Mecole Hardman is becoming like a serious threat. I wouldn't say he's filling the Tyreek Hill role, but he's giving them that option on offense to be as explosive as they want to be. It's easily going to be the Chiefs.
Dan?
Yeah, Chiefs, easy.
Deion?
Chiefs, easy.
All right. Deion, the Browns at the Dolphins. We've talked a lot about how good the Dolphins look when Tua is starting, and then we know what the Browns are.
Well, somebody just took everything I said about Tua early this season and regurgitated it to us all like it was his. So I'm going to take Tua as well and everything I said about him earlier this season that you heard again on this show.
Dan?
All right, I am going to take Tua, and I appreciate that Deion has finally seen the light and thinks Tua is a good quarterback.
Oh, wow. Big of you. Rone?
I'd love to be controversial here, but I think it's Tua as well. I'm trying to get my picks right. I'm not trying to rock the boat. I'm trying to have a good record for the next time I come back on here.
Which is very fair. Dan, we're going to go Texans at Giants. Giants coming off a bye, and the Texans are 1-6-1.
Giants. I don't think the Giants are for real. And I think they'll have some struggles in the second half of the season, but the Texans are not one of those spots where they'll struggle.
Yeah, the Texans are disgusting.
Texans are the worst team in football. Full stop.
Yeah.
Texans are trying to get the first pick, and they got a good chance to do that. So I'm going with the Giants as well.
All right, let's go to the Broncos at the Titans, Rone.
Yeah. I have the Titans here. I like Malik Willis. I think that Malik Willis is going to be the type of quarterback that is going to be super successful in this league. But I don't think he's there yet, but I still like the Titans to win this.
It's funny you say that because I agree, and it's weird if you didn't watch that game and you just looked at his stats, you'd be like, that guy is the worst quarterback that's ever played, but there's something there. I don't know. Like, it's not there yet.
And they handcuffed themselves by getting rid of their only threat at wide receiver.
Correct.
They've made themselves significantly worse by poor design.
Correct.
But I think that he'll be fine.
There's something there. So I'm gonna agree with Rone. I'm gonna take the Titans.
Deion?
I want to take the Broncos really, really bad, but something's keeping me away from that. But the Titans scare me. I think both of you guys are correct with Malik Willis, but they have to shrink the playbook down so much right now for him in the route possessions. But they got away from Derrick Henry. That upsets me. Like, you got one shot at this thing with punching in the end zone, and that's with Derrick Henry, and you got away from him in the entire second half, which I don't like. But the Broncos are a bad football team, so I'm going to go with the Titans.
Let's talk Colts at Raiders. Deion, we talked a lot at the top of the show. The Colts now have Jeff Saturday as their interim coach. We know the Raiders have been struggling all year. They're 2-6. This is kind of a gross game, but what do you expect to see?
Well, I expect to see another, and I hate coaches. I hate when coaches get terminated because I'm a coach and I understand how that feels and it affects the whole staff. But pretty much if the Raiders lose this one to Jeff Saturday, something's going to happen right after the game. Matter of fact, something may happen at halftime if they go in there losing at halftime. So I'm going to pray that does not happen to, what is Josh McDaniel, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm going to pray it does not happen, but I'm going to pick the Raiders in a must win. When I tell you must win, it's a must win for the Raiders.
Yeah, you've been talking about Josh McDaniels being on the hot seat since week 3 or week 4, so definitely something you've been paying attention to. Dan, what do you think?
He is very much on the hot seat, which is crazy because he's only 8 games into this thing, but they made the playoffs last year and they look terrible this year, coming off a game where he got shut out against the Saints and then a game where he gave up a 17-point lead against the Jaguars. I'll take the Raiders one more time. I don't know. I just don't like Sam Ehlinger. I don't think he's He's a nice backup. He's not a starting quarterback in the NFL.
Rone?
I'm going to go ahead and take the Colts here. And I think that's because Jeff Saturday has delegated the coaching or the play calling duties to somebody that was already on the staff. He's got a 30-year-old whiz kid calling the plays. I think that's the smartest way that he can coach this team, by macro managing them and trying to just be in charge of the entire unit. And I just think the Raiders are bad too. Like the Raiders are rudderless.
Yeah.
They don't know where they're going. They don't know which way's up.
All right, talking about another coach that's potentially on the hot seat, Dan, Cliff Kingsbury. There's all these predictions out there that he'll be next. The Cardinals at the Rams. Now, the Rams have not been playing well either. They're 3-5. But do you think we're going to see Cliff Kingsbury fired this season?
Yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. I think they have a bye week coming up. Should happen around then. This team is lost. I mean, you saw Kyler Murray yelling at Cliff Kingsbury a couple weeks ago, then Kyler Murray with DeAndre Hopkins. Whether you agree with it or not, the team has made a large investment in Kyler Murray. A coaching staff you can get rid of at any point. And so he's going to be the one who's gone. I do think that's, like, he hasn't been good. They haven't won at home. They're 10-21 at home. They get stupid penalties. I think they had 12 penalties on Sunday against the Seahawks. They're a bad coach team. I'll take the Rams. Two not good teams. I don't think either of these teams are going to the playoffs, but I'll take the Rams.
Yeah, and surprisingly, both of these teams have been very bad this year.
Yeah, and if I look into my crystal ball, I don't really see the Rams being a 3-6 team. I could easily see the Cardinals being a 3-7 team. They're bad in a lot of different phases of the game, so as much as the Rams have been disappointing, they're going to win.
And Deion, as a coach, you obviously know the ins and outs much better than us, but when Cliff Kingsbury was fired from Texas Tech and then given the NFL job, there were a lot of people that were kind of curious why that decision was made. And now when you see it play out to fruition, do you also expect him to be fired this season?
Well, I hope not, but it may happen, and I hate that as well. But I don't think all of the onus is on Coach Kingsbury. I really think they're second-guessing the humongous contract that they gave to Kyler Murray. I guarantee you they are. Because you always associate, we could just go down the list and look at these losing teams, and you could ask yourself, okay, which quarterback? Where's the quarterback? Because the quarterbacks will lead you directly to oftentimes why the team is losing. You can look at the good teams associated with the quarterback. That's why they're winning. This is not good in Arizona, but I'm not going to put all of it on Cliff Kingsbury. I'm not whatsoever. And they hired him because he was a great fit for Kyler Murray, which they knew they were going to pick. He was the fit, and it just hadn't worked out. I'm going to go with the Rams also.
But the Cardinals, like, Kyler Murray is hitting guys on the hands. They're helping Kyler Murray a ton. He hit Robbie Anderson across the middle on the hands, and that's a guy they went out and got. As much as they're trying to help him, his receivers have to help him. And if the Packers cared as much about helping out their quarterback with receiver talent as the Cardinals do, then I think that they'd be in a vastly different scenario. I think that it's just a mess in Arizona. There's too many people to be blamed.
Yep.
Monday Night Football, Rone. Your Philadelphia Eagles are taking on the Commanders. The Eagles are at home. I mean, we know how confident you are, which you should be, undefeated in the middle of November. But you mentioned earlier in the show that the Commanders are kind of showing a little bit of life, not too much. How nervous are you about this game? At all?
I'm reasonably nervous.
Okay.
I think this is the third week in a row that the Eagles are, the third game in a row that the Eagles are a double-digit favorite, and I think that it'll be closer than that. It's a division game. Taylor Heineke knows how to win games, and you're going to get this confidence amongst the Eagles that they need to make sure that they stay grounded, and they need to stay down to earth, and they shouldn't think that they're above beating any team. The Commanders are going to be a good test, but I don't think they boat race them, but I think they win.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, any division game later in the season is always going to be tough, but the Eagles are better than the Commanders.
Deion?
Eagles. It's not even under discussion.
Yeah. Eagles fly, right?
That makes me more confident.
There you go. Yeah, I mean, if Deion's saying it, you should be.
Thank you, Coach.
Let's go to the primetime pick of the week presented by the Chevy Silverado. So, Deion, you won in September. There was a tie in October. You've already won in November. You were the only one that picked a team last week. You did take the Ravens. So we're going to keep picking because that's what we have to do. However, you have won November, so you can tell Dave and Dan what you want for your November prize. Who are you taking this week?
Well, I didn't pick the Ravens. I picked Lamar Jackson last week. That's what I picked.
Well, that's not
just
why
wanted to throw that in. Just wanted to throw that in today. I'm going to go with the Dallas Cowboys.
Okay, and Rone, as always, you're picking for Dave if he ever comes back to the show, but you cannot pick Green Bay.
I'll take the Eagles then.
Okay. Dan?
I'll take the Chiefs.
Okay.
That's where to go out on a limb.
Well, I mean, what's the point of this? I can't get it right anyway. What do I...
Yeah, and to be fair, you did pick the Bills, which was a pretty safe bet.
I said a lot of nice things about Deion Sanders today, and he has not said one nice thing about me.
Well, it's a lot of back pay that's in the bowl.
Deion, is there anything you'd like to say nice before we get off the show?
Just give it a
One
shot.
nice thing.
I love, you know what? I love your flannel shirt.
Thank you.
It is a good
He's trying a new thing. He's trying to dress nice.
Trying to get back into flannel.
Fall season.
I'm also wearing Spanx
like
today, Deion.
You're wearing what?
Spanx.
Never mind. See, that's what I'm saying. See how
Are
he
you really
messes it
wearing
up?
them right
I'm wearing
now?
Spanx.
Like a girdle.
How does it feel?
I feel great. I look great. Everything's tight.
I would like it on record. I think guys should be able to wear Spanx just like
Why not?
women can.
No,
women,
no,
Guys
guys can't do that.
Women can
because
wear
when
it.
you hug them, you know it's not them.
And it's also one of the main good things about being a guy is not having to care that much about how you look. That's one of our advantages of being a male.
true.
So if we start caring that much, we're
don't
giving
care,
up
I
an
just- I
advantage.
feel
When you
good.
hug a man and you know a man is jiggly, but he's all of a sudden tight.
Oh, I'm tight. I'm tight, baby.
me touch him.
That's a dead
Oh, he's
giveaway.
tight.
I'm
Then
tight.
you walk
I'm tight
away.
like a drum.
Then you get in that uncomfortable position when you walk away saying, "Did I just feel what I thought I felt?"
Yeah, no, you could bounce a quarter off.
It's
my
like a
stomach
sausage
right now.
casing.
Yeah, just stuck myself in there every day.
I will have to say I have a whole new appreciation now because I'm going through like what a mom bod would potentially look like. I have to bounce back. Dad bods are acceptable, Dan. You don't have to bounce back like
Yeah,
the
but
females.
that's also a lie. People are like, "Oh, I want a dad bod," and they're talking about like what's his name, Chris Pratt, and it's like that's not a dad bod. Dude's insane shit.
She's got a trainer.
Dad
You know who
bods,
had the
real
best
dad
dad
bods.
bod? The best dad bod to me, in your category, Dan, I think Archie Bunker.
Okay, Archie Bunker, that's a dad bod. But they all these women are like, dad bod, dad bod. Like JJ Watt had a kid and he's like, dad bod loading. No, that's not what that is. A
You're a
real
pro
dad bod.
athlete, yeah.
For
It's
all
Homer
the,
Simpson.
Yeah, for all the women out there, if you want a real dad bod, it's 40 pounds overweight and no energy to do anything because you're 40 pounds overweight. That's a dad bod.
It's John Goodman.
Yeah, right. I'm
king
tired
of
all the
Queens.
time.
I like
Look
that
at my
one,
dad
Ron.
bod.
John Goodman. That's a
Yeah,
good
that's
dad.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
they think the dad bod, we're gonna go into like Central Park and like, skip around. It's like, no. I'm gonna take a nap because I ate like a bunch of French fries for lunch.
You got to bring a sandwich
Yeah.
too. Just
Yeah.
bring a sandwich.
There are levels to dad bod, but you know what, Dan? If you want to wear Spanx, you go on and wear
Listen,
Spanx.
You cannot
I don't
wear-
need
a
anyone's
man can't wear-
approval.
a man
I'm just
can't wear
wearing
Spanx.
Spanx.
You know,
A man can't do that.
Guess
you
Man
what?
cannot do that.
I can do it, and
No,
I
you
am.
can't. Well, we
And there's
can't
nothing
hug.
you can do about it.
We can't hug
we'll
because
see.
I'm going to say something about it.
Oh, we can hug.
We'll see how long it lasts, Deion. We'll see if he's wearing it again next week.
I'm gonna hug the
because-
fuck out of you when I see you again.
There you go. All right, that's your show. Thank you, Rone, and we will be back next week. You guys have a great weekend.
Oh my God! Oh, he meant that.